Welcome back to Primetime News, and for those of you watching online at onespotmedia.com, a very special welcome to you. Thanks for staying with us. Up first this evening, the government says it is exploring the possibility of employing the more than 100 doctors who are now without jobs. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is also maintaining that the reason for the doctors being unemployed is not financial. He spoke with Giovanni Dennis a short while ago.
So the health minister has just stepped out of cabinet to give us an update on the circumstances on why over 100 Jamaican doctors are now without employment. Health minister, you said this morning that you will be meeting with health officials today. What have they been telling you about the situation? What are you hearing?
So they basically have confirmed what I said earlier, which is that what we have is a situation where more doctors are being trained. More doctors are making themselves available for the public health system, when in previous years some would have done the external exams, they would have gone abroad to North America, to the UK, to other places. And the established positions or posts within the public health system, both permanent posts as well as contracts that we would sign to bring additional persons on, and that is done every year, has not changed at all. So you have a situation where you have less turnover, a similar set of posts that are there. Those are being filled, but because there is greater demand on the system, you have excess capacity. Now,
So are you saying that COVID really caused some of the doctors to be unable to migrate, and so there are more staying back to try and get jobs? I'm just trying to understand what you're saying clearly.
So for a number of reasons, COVID is certainly one reason, one explanation, that some doctors would have exercised the option of going abroad. And clearly what is happening now in the world, not just COVID, but the restrictions in some instances that are being placed by some countries, certainly the main markets, the United States, for example, those conditions are resulting in persons rethinking their options, and there is a greater demand on the public system. So the first thing I want to clear up is that we have not cut back, certainly the public health system, the hospitals under the ministry have not cut back on the numbers that they're hiring. And there is a greater demand by persons who have completed their course, medical officers, which means that there's going to be a gap.
Minister, though, I have spoken with some doctors since speaking with you on Sunday evening and since the release of the statement from the health ministry as well, and they're saying something contrary to what you are saying, especially for doctors in Western Jamaica. They're saying they were told over a month ago that, look, they're cutting back on the sessions, and some persons who were offered employment no longer have the employment. In fact, I do have a letter here from the University Hospital of the West Indies that I will just quickly show to you. And the first line in this memo from the University Hospital to doctors, it says, financial challenges induced by COVID-19 paired with the decision of the University of the West Indies to defer the May-June 2020 DM examinations have forced a change in the process of resident intake at the University Hospital of the West Indies. So they are saying that, look, it is really financial challenges induced by COVID-19 that is causing the cutback, and other hospitals have said this, doctors have said this to us.
So this morning I had a meeting with the regional authorities, the regional directors, the regional technical directors, and the University Hospital of the West Indies CEO. The university operates differently. I was told this morning that the university currently has twice the cadre of workers at that level that they have an establishment. What I'm saying to you is that the numbers that are taken on this year or are being taken on, because I understand that some of the processes are still being worked out, are no different from the numbers that were taken on the previous year. To the extent that we can accommodate excess, because there's always a need, is something that we need to look at. And in fact,
so these 103 doctors you're looking into taking on some of them?
I don't know if the number is 103 or more.
Right.
The fact is that whatever the number is, it is good to explore and look at the possibility to the extent that it can be financed, because you don't just hire people, you have to get the go-ahead from the Ministry of Finance, who provides the funds.
So it's good to look at the possibility. Will you be doing that?
Yes, I've asked them to look at it, but I make no promises to anyone because it's a function of whether or not we have the resources available, and that's the basis on which we have to operate.
On another issue, we took on some foreign doctors recently. We took on Cuban doctors as well. There's a sense by Jamaicans that, look, why are we hiring Cuban doctors and we have our own doctor them who we know say would have completed training very soon and we're not employing them and they're unemployed.
Let me be very frank with you. We have had issues in the past as it relates to hiring for certain expertise, clinical expertise, both for certain positions but also for certain locations. If we're going to discuss the thing as in its entirety, we also have to discuss the possibility of placement. There are doctors who don't want to go to rural areas, for example. If you go into some of the rural parishes, we have to bring in doctors from as far as Burma.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tufton. Well, Janella and Herman, that's the latest from the Health Minister on the situation concerning the over 100 doctors without employment, as well as several other issues. It's back to you in studio.